Hi everybody, a very big warm welcome to episode 48 of the Photography Explained podcast. In this episode, my step-by-step guide to how I organise my photos in Lightroom. Don't go, sounds boring, but it's important and it will help you. I'm your host Rick, and each week I will try to explain one photographic thing to you in plain English in less than 10 minutes without the irrelevant details. My aim is to explain things in just enough detail to help you and I with our photography and no more. I'm a professionally qualified photographer based in England with a lifetime of photographic experience which I share with you on my podcast. This is take 2. I got myself into a right old muddle on take 1 and ended up, swearing at myself. Yeah, I got 4.5 minutes in and I just didn't follow my script at all for some reason. This is take 2. This should be good. Like I say, it's not the most exciting subject, but it is an important one. And you get this right and it makes your life easier going forwards. Please trust me, I've done it. This is my step-by-step guide to how I organise my photos in Lightroom. Here's the answery bit. My photos are organised in a logical, structured fashion in a single Lightroom Catalogue. The management and organisation of my photos has been built into my workflow. I'm able to find photos taken anywhere, at any time, quickly and easily, and I also know where new photos are in my workflow. Yeah, I built the file structure, folder structure around my workflow, so this is how I do it. First off, I'm going to do a quick digression. I've been using Lightroom since 2007. That's when Lightroom was first released. Lightroom 1.0. I started off badly and complicatedly, and over the years I've come up with a system that I have now. When I say system, it's just a logical, common sense approach to looking after my data. There's nothing fancy here, there's no secrets, no magical things, it's just common sense brought about from overthinking things. So I have a single Lightroom catalogue, 82,864 photos in one catalogue. Now the folders, I have a folder structure which is logical. I think I was struggling to find something once, and I had the light bulb moment, if you like. Why aren't my files organised the same way as my spreadsheets, Word documents, PDFs are on my PC? Photos are no different, and I just did what I did in Windows Explorer, and that was it. On my notes I've written KISS, keep it simple, stupid. I'm not talking to you here, I am talking to myself. I was stupid and complicated. Right, folders. Folder 1 is called 1 Import. That is the folder that I import new photos into. Now I told you in the last episode how I do that. This is where I put them. Now it's got a number 1 at the beginning because it's at the top of the structure. It comes under the Lightroom catalogue name. So 1 is import. Things get imported into there. As I said before, they get backed up at the time of import. So there's always a duplicate set. There is a relevance to this in this episode later on. Folder number 2 is sort. Now what I do here, it sort of varies what I do here. I'd like to say that this is what I do on every shoot, but it's not quite like that. The sort folder is stuff that I've imported and I've renamed the catalogue so it means something to me, because when Lightroom imports photos, it just gives you a date. Now I actually put words on it so I know what it is. I might have a quick cull through of all the rubbish out of there. But 2 is a sort folder. It's more of, I know what these things are and they are there to be sorted. Okay? It makes sense in my world. The next folder is 3, commercial work. I just made a mistake. I write a script and then I forget to follow it. That's what happened with the last take. Let's rewind a bit. So, import and backup. Number 4 is sort and cull. So in the sort folder, I will sort through the images and I will remove the rubbish, the duplicates and everything. Now, how do I do that? There's a number of tools in Lightroom. I'll tell you what the other tools are at the end of this podcast, but the ones I use are pick and reject. P for pick on the keyboard, X for reject. That's it. I don't use any of the other stuff. This is how I select my photos. It's either yes or no. Maybe equals yes. It's the quick sort, get rid of everything. It reduces down stuff. And once you've done that, delete all the rejects. That's what I do. You might be thinking, I don't want to do that. Don't forget, I've got a duplicate set somewhere else. But I delete all the rejects in this first sort. I have never ever had to go back to the duplicate set. Never ever. That's why I don't keep the duplicate sets anymore. I've always had enough in the stuff that I've picked. Okay, so next thing is editing the photos. They're sat in the sort folder. They've got a name on them. I might move them to the final folder. I might not. Doesn't really matter. So I've talked about the pics. Now I stack my images. Great feature in Lightroom, because I take 3 photos, I bracket them, so I put them into stacks so I can see the top photo, so I know what they are. And when I've done my HDR merge, I do another stack and I have the new HDR merge photo at the top. Point of this is I'm not looking at 4 photos, I'm looking at the one that I'm going to work on. So that's stacking. The files, the folders, this is the important bit. This is my file structure. Lightroom's the catalogue name. 1 is the import folder. 2, sort folder. 3, commercial work. 4, Dorset. 5, Bournemouth. And so on. Actually, I've got Bournemouth, Hampshire, Poole and Sandbanks as 5. 6 is London. 7, England. 8, worldwide. 9, improved photography. Well, that needs to go. 10, websites. 11, working. 99, personal. And within these folders are subfolders. So for commercial, so all my commercial work is in one folder. That is then broken down by year. And then that year is broken down by the job name or the client name. That's it. It's that simple. It doesn't have to be complicated. Now for the worldwide one, it's broken down by location and year. And that's it really. It is that simple and it works for me. I do break things down a little bit further. On a commercial shoot, I will put all the photos into a subfolder called General or All. Doesn't matter, it's varied over time. The ones that I want to edit, I will put in a folder called Edits. Then I edit the photos in the Edit folder, and that's it. That's where they sit. I know what I've worked on, I know what I haven't worked on. What are the other Lightroom tools? I hear you say. Pick and reject, P and X are the keyboard shortcuts. There are also stars 0 to 5. I have used stars in the past, but not systematically. It's been a bit hit and miss. It's a great way of sorting out your photos. 5-star is your best work ever. I used to love having my 5-star bit and quickly getting back to them. I've sort of stopped doing that now because my work's changed. So these things change over time, so don't worry about it. But you need your file structure right, and then you can adapt all the other bits as and when things happen. Colour labels. You can assign colour labels. I've done a bit of that. Nothing systematic. So that's that. Okay. If you're starting at the beginning, do the file structure and stick with it. And if you want to use your stars or your colour labels, do it. But do it from the beginning. What I tried to do was apply the star rating system and colour labels and all sorts of other stuff. I'll get onto metadata next time. When I had about 30,000 photos in my Lightroom catalogue, I never got anywhere with it. If you're starting from the beginning, do it. If you've got the time to go through your photos from start to end, do it now. It will help you in the future. If you haven't got the time, or you just can't be bothered like me, and you don't really need them, then don't worry about it. It's up to you. It's another of those things that people say, use this, use this, use this. Doesn't really matter. It's not going to change your life. Makes things a bit easier if you need to. I manage without stars and everything. Do what works for you. Okay then. The other phone's ringing. That's disappointing, isn't it? It's on Do Not Disturb, but they still ring. Right. I think the final thing I'd like to say is that I could have done a bit better in the beginning, but I'm getting there now. Talked about backup in the last episode. I think I'll probably come back to backup as a separate subject because, again, you spend thousands of pounds on cameras, lenses, computers and all that. A little bit of money needs to be spent on backing up all those photos because you can't take them again. Well, I can't. My one-line summary. My photos are organised in a structured way that is built into my editing workflow and helps me to find photos from any place and any time quickly. Okay, so what do I want you to do now? Please let me know your thoughts on Twitter. You can send me a message at RickPhoto. Number 2. Did I say 1? Possibly not. Subscribe to my podcast if you enjoyed this episode. This helps me. Number 3. Rate and review my podcast. That's if you enjoyed this episode, obviously. Bit of a dull subject, to be honest, but boring but important, as I like to say. This helps me too. Number 4, tell someone you know about my podcast. This also helps me and will be much appreciated. Next episode. Having spoken in this episode about how I organise my photos in Lightroom, I wanted to finish off with an even more boring subject. PE 49. My step-by-step guide to, wait for it, how I apply metadata to my photos in Lightroom. dull but important and will be of use to you. Right, I'm over time. Thanks for listening to my small but perfectly formed podcast. Check out my website, rickmcavoyphotography.com, where you can find out all about me and my architectural and construction photography work, as well as my photography blog, where you can learn lots more about photography. And also check out my Photography Explained podcast website, where you can find out how to ask me a question, find a list of episodes, and also things that I'm going to explain in future episodes. This episode was brought to you by the power of Walker's Chicken Crisps. Very nice. I need to eat now. I've been Rick McEvoy. Thanks again very much for listening to me and for giving me nearly 13 minutes of your valuable time. I've got to get going. Got to go here. I messed up at the end, didn't I? I'll see you on the next episode. Cheers from me, Rick.